Good morning. I'm so not in time, and you don't see my face. I think you noticed that. Something is not working with the face cam, so we probably don't have one for today. It did work before I started streaming. It stopped working when I started streaming, so I will retry. I have deactivated the camera for a while. Sometimes the camera support app is not allowed to run in background, or it does not work. Now I try to grab the image from the webcam again, and no, it does not work. This is what I get, the little black window you see. That doesn't help us very much. So no. That makes me having to reconsider a little bit. You see the mouse at the moment. I know that. Good morning, Shakira. Good morning, Liana. So I guess it's no face today, but you're not coming for my face. Anyway, you're coming for Starlord's face. So I hope you will be okay with that. I will work on getting it back next time. I'm actually doing a little bit of a technical change, which should not have affected the face cam today because I have not done the bigger parts, to get it all a bit more stable by making it more complicated. Anyway, I won't go into the details, but it should be easier on my system in the future. So it should be more reliable, but well, what can you do? Okay, in the audience today we have Shakira and Liana, and I know that they have both picked opposites of my two options, so I cannot really do anything like a poll or something. I'm still looking into the camera. I don't have to today, and I also have to let me switch out this light. The main light is a beautiful warm light, but the issue with it is that it throws its own shadows. So it is actually nicer without it. Yes, of course I did, but your attention is always with your dinosaurs these days. Camera doesn't work today. You won't see me today. I am very sorry about that. Perhaps that gives me more viewers. Perhaps more viewers will come and stay when they can't see my face. So we will test out that today because I have to. It doesn't work. I'm very sorry. We will start. Yeah, this is the picture. I would be just going with this now. So I know my focus group of 2 people did both pick different pictures. I'm very sorry to the focus group person that does not get the preferred picture today, but I already started setting this up because I was very late, and I will just now take this and start. And don't forget, people, give me the thumbs up if you enjoy what you're seeing. That makes advertisement for me on YouTube to perhaps lure in more people. And Shakira, you have to tell Tani that I am drawing Peter Quill today. You know, if you haven't done already. And we start. And I will switch actually to the more high energy soundtrack, because I overslept and I don't want to fall asleep directly again. And now we'll start. So, how was your Christmases? Warm, right, Shakira? Oops. I just destroyed my template that I'm using to draw. Okay. Okay. We'll be going. Do you have a Christmas tree, Shakira, or do you have a Christmas palm or something? Yes, I'm I'm coming with all the preconceptions and what's the evil word? Where is my measuring stick? Somebody made fun in the comments lately about my measuring stick. And the only thing I can say is, well, it's gone anyway. So we don't have to say anything about it. But I can use, and actually it's a bit better, my one of my brushes, because they are ridiculously long, you know? So I can actually use that better. It's even longer than my strange measuring stick. This is much longer than the height to. So we have to add a little bit to this. And with a little bit, I mean a lot. So something like, so we have this, how do you call it? This is very much where this, his frown is. Let me say it like that. I think that works. His frown is sitting somewhere around there, so that also helps us. So I started late, so I will catch up a little bit by being bold and taking out these and already start just... This is much too much cheekbone for him, so we will correct that during drawing. And here we have the face ending somewhere here, and this is the ear actually, which is size-wise somewhere around here. Then we have a neck. It's again a picture with a little bit of tilt, and that's adding a bit of a complexity to it. If you have seen my short, which I'm sure you all have, I'm talking about the complexity of perspective in a picture, and when you have tilt, can make it a bit more difficult. So, and he has a tilt with the chin lightly sticking out a little bit. The forehead is leaned back, and then of course he does not look right at the center, but a little bit upwards and to our right. So, Tasty Foods, welcome to the channel, but please don't spam my channel with requests to join you or something. I look at everyone. That is so nice to leave a comment if they have a channel and if I can support them. This is not the way to go, so please don't do that. Hello, Draw with Sanskar. So I would say hello, Sanskar. Welcome back. I think you were already here, right? I know that I have seen your channel, so then I know. But it has been a while, right? Welcome back. I hope you're well and I hope you had good days. I know not everyone is celebrating Christmas, so I won't assume. But I still hope you had a very good time, whatever you did the last couple of days. I talk with you. There's a delay. I'm very sorry. There's a delay of about 20 seconds or something. I hope you can hear me. Let me check if my microphone is on. Yes, you should hear me. From India, thank you very much. Love back to you. I hope you are very well today. I don't have a face cam today. It does not work. It worked right up until I started the stream. And then it crept out. I have no idea why. But I will fix for the next time so you can see my face again. But I'm not the main face on this stream anyway. So it's not that big of a deal, I think. And I'm not really acting differently. I'm constantly looking at the cam as if I would be talking to you directly. So in thoughts, I'm definitely always with you. Hey Lenny, welcome to the stream. All you guys, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up if you like what you see. Just a quick reminder that there are at least 4 chatting people in the chat and just 1 thumbs up. Which is fine if you don't enjoy it. But I would be very sad if you would visit me regularly and don't. Okay, so in terms of proportions, this looks pretty okay. Hey Sadia Sumaja, thank you very much for joining. There's not much here yet to be amazing, but we are working on it. So thanks for stopping by. And honoring the chat with your presence and activity. Three likes, yay! We're getting there. I shouldn't be like begging. I love you guys. One way or the other. Perhaps I should not ever bother with the face cam anymore. What do you guys think? You don't need my face for this, do you? That's another kind of begging if you're asking yourself what I'm doing right now. Or more fishing. I think this is a quick one. I feel relatively comfortable with the proportions where we have put everything. And I'm again always giving my head its time in the spotlight, which is not the smartest thing to do. The Peter, yes. I had to draw the Peter at one point, although I am a little bit unhappy that Shakira has not gotten her sister into the stream yet, because she wished for Peter Quill for her birthday and I noticed it too late. So we have a Peter Quill today. And she will probably not talk to Shakira ever again. For not telling her. Although she could have activated notifications. Sure, so she has a partial responsibility. Yeah, I'm thinking about changing a couple of things over time now with the new year and everything in terms of also design. So there might be, I don't know, if I would put my face bigger, if I would put it even smaller, if I will change something with the camera. So if there is anything you always thought, oh, you need on your stream and in your picture this, or don't do that again, like don't use a face cam anymore, this is the time to let me know, because I am working on new concepts. And while I am still in a place where I can just switch up things without it being difficult, because it's not like I'm a known brand or anything, I can change stuff pretty easily, and I'm doing it myself, so it doesn't cost anything. I hate to do things 3 or 4 times, so if you have any requirements, if there is anything you're missing, anything you want to see or not, let me know. You all know the different ways you can reach me. Okay, I think I am pretty happy with the general proportions and stuff. I'm always happy if I speed it up by just drawing something and it kind of fits. Smaller things we will correct via shading and stuff. For example, here in this area, this is a very unclear area because you don't really see the upper, I have no idea what you call that, the upper end of the eye, where the eyeball ends, because there is a strong shadow on there that somehow merges. I try to describe it. That somehow merges the eyeball with the skin above. The only thing you see is a shadow that's running there, not a line, so we'll only be able to really visualize that also with such a shadow. Guys, I am thinking about making a picture where I completely overdo the contrasts, you know, where I will go from, this is for example not a very contrasty picture. If you look only at the face, of course, in the background you have dark and everything. And you also have some strong shadows in the face, which we will definitely anyway consider. But with a picture like this, I'm planning to overdo it a little bit to make it extremely dramatic. Not sure if I will do it with this one. You can let me know if you have any worries with that. So I mean, like, for example, this down here, there is a slight shadow, pretty dark shadow, but I could really make it really, really black and work from there and have the rest pretty white, as if there was a really strong bright light shining on him or something. So I am a little bit in experimentation mood. After I did now colors, you can't stop me from experimenting, do other stuff. Hey Yorkshire Puts, Lee, welcome. Thank you very much for joining. And leaving a like, I think. Thank you very much. We are drawing Starlord today. And we have already a little bit of the components of his face. I think we will actually draw in a little bit of the mouth contour, because that contour, while it is not a clear line, it is a shadow. We don't have a face cam today, if you're asking yourself, why can't I see this handsome mugger? A bugger, right? Mugger? I'm not a mugger. Sometimes I love what's going on in my head, and sometimes I don't. My face cam just stopped working right before the stream. I have to check it. I tried it again and again. I probably would have to just restart my PC, but my PC is, while the operating system is on an SSD, and that one is pretty okay fast. It's just okay fast because it's a pretty old SSD. I definitely have to reinstall at some point my PC and buy a new faster SSD. But Where's the time? And money. And it is a risk that there won't be live streams and videos anymore when my PC doesn't work anymore, you know? And I don't want that. I would like to say we don't want that, but I won't let you make that decision. Okay, eye time. Let's start a little bit with the eye. Ooh, you see, those lines are very characteristic for him. It's already getting a little bit of the good old Chris Pratt touch when you add those lines around the eye. Here's those lines very visible. Okay. So, how will we start? If you don't want to use a face cam, you'll have to animate the dog to move its lips to what you're saying. Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. It is not that difficult. There are filters for stuff like that. And I was actually thinking about paying somebody to make a 3D object out of my dog's face. That could then be laid over my actual face, like a virtual persona. That's all the rage also in the gaming section right now. I'm not really. I don't get why people would prefer to see unreal persons when there is a real person behind that. But I am getting old, so I don't have to. Yeah, but in theory that is possible. I could have a talking dog here looking at you, and that would probably draw more people in than my face. And I don't take that as an insult. My dog is hellishly cute. Can't compete with something like that. I think we will, with this one, again go very dark very soon. You know, I hope I won't regret it. I will, though, leave this almost at that and then go through the other eye. And once we have that colored in a little bit, we will start with going dark. Simply so that we are sure about the placement of the eye to one another at least. And that will give us a little bit of security. Because you know what happened when I had fun with Black Panther in the first stream and just went with one single eye, and that was somehow completely misplaced and I had to start over. So we will make sure that the eyes to each other are more or less. I think what I'm doing right now is 16-year-old Chris Pratt. I don't know if there are pictures of that. We will do that today, probably. Yeah. So, second eye. I think it's still the same, the right size, isn't it? So this is really this shadow makes it a little bit difficult because it takes away some of the reference points that you sometimes use for the eyes. So we know there is a shadow, and this shadow is quite dark, and it goes pretty far down here also. But the eye, the white, is ending somewhere here. We can't go too dark. Then we have a slight curve that we always have with the eyeball. And then we have this, what is this called, guys? Does it have I don't even know in my own language. In my first language. I don't own it. People don't have to pay me royalties when they use it. In my mother tongue, I don't know what this is called. What is this called? Does it have a name? Is it a no name? Ooh, I like the proportion right now. I think it's good. This might get good. Vitani will be very sad that she misses this. How are your dinos, Shuck? Are they worth not telling Vitani about the stream? Just checking if you're still listening. Okay, so I think this is going into the right direction. So we have, for anyone joining, normally I show my face, but my face cam is not working right now. It will work next stream again, which is scheduled for the day after tomorrow. We always have 2 sessions with a portrait of about between 1.5 and 2 hours normally. Can be sometimes a little bit longer, can be a little bit shorter. We might change something in the future. This is how we do it at the moment. And then there is a time-lapse version of the picture we created that is released the Monday after normally. Which shows in about 7 minutes, something around that, plus give or take, shows the complete picture. So if you cannot sit through this session completely, don't forget to subscribe, like this stream of course, to help me out, and subscribe, ring the bell, and you will see the completed picture and you won't miss it. And I will be a very thankful puppy. I think the proportions between those 2 eyes is pretty okay. I also feel a little bit like this eye is too low. I will verify, you won't see that, but I will verify with my reference image, trying to find out if there is some kind of slope. I'm not sure, guys. The issue is if I am right about this and we don't consider it. I don't really want to consider it because both eyes in their own right look pretty neat in terms of size and perspective. But if we don't consider it, at the end it looks like we have melted Chris Pratt, you know? Yeah, the tear duct. It is the tear duct. Is it that whole area called the tear duct? I don't know. I actually told her to pick that one. Which one? Her? Do you mean me by her? Hello, I'm just looking. Or did you tell her? Did you tell Vitali to pick him as birthday person? Hey Trish. But thanks for the lurk. Very much appreciated. Thank you very much. Does this look bad to you with the eye? Tell me the truth. I can't decide right now. There should be a little bit of an upward slope into the other direction, I think. This is going a little bit into that direction, you know, and it should be in that direction. I'm really not sure. I very much appreciate the lurk. If you cannot be active, that's completely fine. I really appreciate the lurk. It supports me. Nonetheless, I of course am very happy if people talk with me. But a good quality look is still very much appreciated. I will have to say this a lot, so I will work on not having to say that again next time. Sorry, the cables on the ground are... I don't want to destroy those cables because those are my pretty expensive cables. I have no idea what they cost from the microphone. I don't want to roll over them, so I have to fight with them. I will keep it like this, I think, because I'm really not sure about that slope too much. I can't decide. We will keep it like that and then see if you haven't said anything else. Yeah, the Flash Retina Cone, exactly. I don't think that's the official name though, although I like the name. So I do this for you, not for your sister, Shakira. I'm very thankful for you doing that, Trish. Very thankful indeed. Yeah, you don't have to be an artist to watch someone draw, right? I'm not a very good gamer, and I watch people game, like Yorkshire Puts Gaming here, for example. And yeah, I also talk a lot of dumb stuff while I'm drawing, so that might be entertaining for all the wrong reasons too. I normally show my face, as I said, but I started to say and then I stopped, I think. I am doing it again. The face cam just simply didn't work. It worked before I started the stream, but the second I wanted to start the stream, it did not work anymore. So I will work on that again, and if you subscribe and visit me next time, which will be the day after tomorrow probably, you will also see my face again, or you can just watch all the other videos I have on my channel, which I think every single one, no, not the shorts, not necessarily the shorts, but besides the new shorts, I think my face is in almost all of them. I'm sorry for that. But that's the way it is. Okay, so I said we will go dark pretty quickly, and we will. I promised you a little bit more action, and we will do that in a second. Just have to figure out how dark I want to make the. And we will need. Let me get a fresh piece of paper I can put under my hand, because talking about the less beautiful things, my hand is sweating a lot right now, and it is hurting the paper. The paper is starting to curl, and we don't want that. And we will need this anyway to protect the other parts that I've already drawn later. So let's continue. Awesome Art, good morning, welcome, thank you for visiting the stream today. Guys, Awesome Art is also very supportive of my channel and watching a lot of my videos. So if you want to take a look at their channel, I guess they would like that. I came over from the Yorkshire Puts. I watched the Phasmophobia videos and thought I would check you out. So I would imagine you did not hate them, or you would, or you hated them very much and just wanted to give me hell for that, you know. So, but I would hope that you did not hate them. So, thank you very much for checking out my channel after seeing those videos. Yeah, I have a lot of fun with those guys to make those videos. I am very thankful that they did it with me, because I don't have anyone really else that plays Phasmophobia with me, and I was more or less begging them to play it with me, and they said, all right, we will put you on our channel, and I was like, yay. I just tried it. This pencil that I want to use right now, it is terrible. I love it, but it is terrible in terms of being very dark and very soft. So when I try to, you have to be very careful if you try to sharpen it, because it is just so prone to break. So I have never sharpened it completely to a complete point. I'm always working with these little bumps and bruises that I get out of it, because if you try to get this one single point, like with other pencils, it's just very likely that it breaks. I enjoyed it very much. So yeah, I agree. They are pretty funny videos, and Lee and Lainey are amazing hosts. So I could not say no to that opportunity. I also have to get my 8B. Wait, where is it? You are not my 8B. Where is my... There's my 8B. Somebody lately dissed my small pencils. Well, if you love your pencils, you don't just throw them away because they get a little smaller. Where's my other 8B that I have not thrown away because I just cannot... It helped me for so long, I cannot just throw it away. I don't find it. It is here. It is here, I promise. I haven't thrown it away. That would be ironic, but I haven't. Okay, dark. We will go dark. What have you said, guys? Participao. Yeah, there are a lot of strange autocorrects I get lately. Truth be told, perhaps because I'm typing strangely. That might very well be. But I really don't get it. Especially, I think I'm breaking the system with switching the language all the time and writing a lot of English with a lot of different people. So I think I'm breaking my autocorrection a little bit. It should be able to handle that though. I can't be the only one doing this. I imagine that a whole lot of people are doing that. So, but it feels like I'm breaking it somehow because it just starts to with the strangest things. And I have to say, while I am kind of an Apple person with my smartphone and stuff. Their autocorrection is really the worst. It is just so dumb. It is so. Sometimes it's I'm missing typing one or the screen. Let's put it all on the phone, shouldn't we? So the screen doesn't register one character of what I want to write, and if you look at the word, it is so obvious what I want to write. There's just one character missing, and the craziest things come out of it, or just simple things like you are writing something correctly, and they still assume, oh, it must be this word, and that word is normally then a word that is not used that much. If it would at least be a word that is very constantly used, but you type it correctly and they still change it. That should never happen. So, in short, I'm responsible by myself because I have not deactivated it yet. I should the auto change. I should definitely deactivate that with switching languages a lot. It just really doesn't work. The autocorrect is really bad. To which languages are you switching, Lainey? In what languages are you writing? What languages do you speak? And write in this case, obviously. If you don't mind me asking. And don't say the language of love. This is not that kind of stream. Prism map, exactly. We have not played the Prism. We have to. I already told Lainey the latest when I am on my own again during a couple of weekdays. We will definitely go for it. It is at the moment a bit difficult for me to plan like that. Because when I'm not alone, I do not have full control over my day. which is a normal thing. But if you are ill, like I am still, in terms of having so low energy that you have to really be careful when to use it, and it just runs out at some point, like a battery that's running dead every single day. I never really have the opportunity to conserve during the day that much energy that I can use it in the evening. Don't know if that makes sense, if I explained it correctly, but I'm trying to draw and speak. That's not always easy. So you see, this one is just, I am so in love with it. It's also called Mr. Squeaky by the chat, because when I am drawing bigger chunks, not these small lines, it can become very loud. These smaller lines are less of a squeak issue. I think I already love it. I have to say, love it is a strong word. I like it, the picture. I have to say, Peter Quill is easier than a lot of those that I have drawn. For example, if you take a look at Venom, that was a bit more tricky. Also in terms of the style I used. So yeah, we will work a little bit more on this eye, because there is not the level of detail in terms of shading in the eye that makes sense. So something like that. And now we take my beloved gel pen, one of my favorite new tools. Although it's not perfect, it draws very harsh and always more or less same width. So I need a better one at some point, but it does its job for now. So we have a nice light line in there that just makes sense. So everything is good. Ooh, I like it. I actually like it. The thing is with Peter Quill, which Chris Pratt just does so perfectly, is this little boy energy that he emits. And this eye is a little boy eye, so I'm pretty happy. German, Dutch, we have to talk more German. We have to talk German in, if we ever again plan to kill off Lee in Phasmophobia, we have to plan in German. I would assume that he does not understand it. If he does, give me a warning before I embarrass myself trying to design his demise in that language. And also we can just practice, because honestly I haven't I don't talk my own language that much. Dutch, I can understand it as a German person. You understand what they are saying for the most part. But I would not be able to speak it. You can very well read it. It is very close, but it's also funny because, of course, the languages got separated at some point in time. That is laying way back. So the words they are using are sometimes sounding very old-fashioned for us, while we still know them and where they come from, stuff like that. So Dutch can sound very cute to the German eye, and that is not meant in any way. What's the word? Disparative? No, I don't mean it in a bad way. Not at all. Just I like listening to Dutch sometimes. He does. Lee understands German. Is that what you're referring to with he does? Thank you, Shakira. Thank you very much. No, you only speak English. Okay. Or do you try to get me to believe you that you don't understand German, and then we speak it, and then you come from the back and say, haha, I understand you. Ich verstehe, was du sagst, du gemeiner Hund. I'd love to play a German bad guy in some kind of movie. We are pretty perfect bad guys, aren't we? Born bad guys. Okay, so I think again because I was so late, I forgot to post the link in Twitter and everywhere to the live chat, but well, as long as I have you guys, I am the happiest person on earth. As always, if you enjoy the stream, even or especially because my face is missing today, give me the thumbs up. If you know, I would be over the moon for your subscription and you coming back. The stream is still running and I already miss you guys. So, yes, I'm talking dumb stuff. But that is me. He is looking like somebody that does not get the toy he wants for Christmas, doesn't he? So Santa left a present under our tree for a very dear little girl, which we finally got to give her yesterday. And she got a little play kitchen, and she didn't even say goodbye. She was so playing, or she didn't want to. She was forced to. But she played so well with her kitchen. She seemed to have loved it so much, so that made me really happy yesterday. Do you have a special gift you made to someone that you want to share? Or did you receive a special gift that you want to share with chat? German is a harsh language indeed. You miss my face? Thank you for saying that. Not sure I'm buying that. I'm mad because your face is missing. There will be a face day after tomorrow. If not a moving one, I will put up a photograph of mine. But I'm pretty sure that it is not a long-term issue. I'm pretty sure it would work once I restart my PC. But I would drop the stream for that. So. But I actually think the mechanisms of YouTube are better in that way. With Twitch, when you close the stream there, the stream is completely closed. Here you have this, with YouTube, you have a two-tier thing going on somehow. You have the active stream and you have your software. You activate the stream in your software and you activate the stream on YouTube, which sounds like it is more complicated, which it is, but it also means that you are independent a bit more from your own hardware, so the stream stays open when your hardware failed. So you restart and then the stream is still there and you just re-enter your own stream, more or less. I don't know if that makes sense, how I describe it, but it is. In the end, I think it's the smartest system. Because I could also take over from another device the stream. Probably somebody that has my data could just take over the stream if you have something like a switch inside of a stream of different persons. So it gives you more flexibility. It makes it a little bit more complicated because with Twitch, once you have set up your streaming software, which you just click on stream and the stream activates and it opens up and you are live streaming and you have those 2 steps in YouTube. But I actually think the YouTube approach is smarter. Okay, let me read. Face, no face, I don't like. You have to say that though, or you would do something wrong, right? If you would say face is so important, I would call you out on that one. So. I'm good, how are you? Chuck, to whom are you talking? Wrong chat? Or how's you guys, Chuck? Oh, I see. You are in the chat forever now, so that confused me. Okay, so I think this is pretty swell, what we have done yet, right? Let me bring in here a little bit more darkness in terms of making it more uniform with the other eye, so it works better with each other. And then we have 2 eyes, which in itself are pretty okay. No? Yes. I'll just answer for you. Don't worry. You don't have to. I'm not too sure about his eyebrows, because eyebrows always give it a little bit of more character. His eyebrows are, because of his hair color, pretty light in comparison. So we cannot just pile on some dark hairs. We have to keep it a bit more muted. And I'm not sure. If we have to lie a little bit and add more darker hairs in there to make it more visible, we can do that. I did that in the past. Lying in your picture is not bad because you are translating it into a different medium or a different, however you want to call it. And that means you sometimes have to change stuff so that it still works in that different medium. I'll just call it medium for now. That it means the same, you know, like with languages. That it means the same to the viewer, but you'd sometimes need to word it differently so that the meaning does not get lost. And people looking at it get the same message. It's like when you translate a pop culture joke in a television show and nobody gets it anymore because you used the same reference, and in that country you're translating to, it is not a thing. Or very bad in German, the translations of The Simpsons can be really bad because they sometimes just one-to-one translate the puns, which I don't have to tell you does not work at all. Sometimes I sat there and backwards translated what they said back to English, and then that was supposed to be a joke. Intensive care bear, my personal favorite example intensive care bear. There was a vision of, I think, I don't know, was he drunk? I don't know. A vision of Homer. And he got visited by the intensive care bear with a baseball bat in his hand. I don't have to reenact that for you, you don't see me. I don't know if you guys remember that one. And it just does not make any sense at all in German, because they are talking about the Care Bear are called Lucky Bears in German, is the direct translation. And they just translated the Care Bear to a Lucky Bear. So intensive Lucky Bear doesn't make any sense anymore. But they didn't care, obviously. And that just creams my corn. So Lee thinks the picture looks cool. Thank you very much for letting me know, Lainey. I am pretty happy with it. That's a bad sign. That's a bad omen. Something will go horribly wrong. You guys in chat can now place your bets what goes wrong. What are the options? I have no idea. The options are I just spill something over it. Another way that it could go wrong is I don't know. Give me options. What could go wrong? What could I do wrong? The smaller danger with this pencil is always that because I cannot really completely sharpen it, the tip is always somewhere else. And if you put it on the paper, sometimes you draw a line where you do not want to even draw a line. Like here, I did this too dark now because I painted the in-between between the two lines I wanted to draw. But we will somehow live through that. That's not, we will repair that somehow. It is practically unerasable, this pen. Because it's so dark and soft, it just smudges. But it's a small area. We will be able to fake something there. It could spontaneously combust. That could also happen. That is just a little bit less probable. They should put more effort into translating. Yes, they should. The hair. Yes, the hair can go wrong, but that will go wrong next stream. But still, yeah, the hair is more or less the same color as the face. So we will put it a little darker anyway, to have a distinction between face and hair. But in this lighting, it has more or less exactly the same color. You could probably find areas where you put this, you know, this little color selector from your graphic tools, and you could probably find the same color on the cheeks as in the hair, because it's just a very yellow light source, very orange light that is shining on them. But when we translate this away from the photograph, and you as a watcher do not have the color information and the information that this is just the kind of light there was, that is one of the areas where we'll be probably lying a little bit, making the hair a little bit darker. But still, we cannot do it, cannot make it crazy dark. I love those little eyelashes there. He does have them. They are very clearly visible on the reference picture, probably not in the size that you're looking on it. But they give it a little bit of a pop. The thing is, you don't see any eyelashes whatsoever on the top of the eyes. I will go very closely in a second to my reference picture and check that out. Because I also say that every time I draw somebody, even if there are no eyelashes, you should fake some of them because they are there. You just cannot see them. You know, when you draw a person, if there wasn't a horrible prank going on or some kind of hazing for a sorority or something, there are eyelashes. So you should draw them. I'm a bit away from the microphone because I'm looking at the picture right now very closely. Yeah, and it helps. You can see them very faint. It helps if you see exactly where at least a couple of them are going in your reference picture, and you just try to emulate those and then just fake some in between. But they are there. You sometimes don't see them because of shadow, then you should consider not to overstate them that much. But sometimes they are just missing because of picture quality, resolution of the picture and stuff like that. And in that case, you should definitely just invent some. Not too many, not too straight, just a little bit of an impression that there is some kind of hair. Because the photograph has excuses in terms of quality and stuff for not showing them. Your picture doesn't really have, which even if the person is not a very schooled eye, if the person has not done, I'm blocking the picture again, I'm sorry. Even if the person watching the picture is not really an artist themselves and doesn't have that much experience in terms of drawing eyelashes and stuff, or eyes in general, everyone instinctively knows how it looks. So you need the components that an eye has, even if you cannot see them. Slammer, welcome! Thank you very much for joining the stream. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so I am pretty happy with the eyes for now. Let's connect them via the nose. I'm talking a lot of strange stuff again today, aren't I? I am a bit tired. I overslept for a reason, probably. So how far do we carry this shadow? Something is off, I think. I'm not sure what though. I'm not sure. I'm a bit confused right now. Don't worry about it. That's not exactly a new thing. Let's just connect the nose, and then we will see that. We will connect it again with a hard pencil in not too dark shades, so we can always erase it if we want to, and we will just bring in the first connecting layer, showing some of the not lines, but also some are lines. That correct, not defined, clearly defined lines, shadow lines that connect all of it. And then we can decide if there is something wrong with it, because something feels off. Thank you for the acknowledgement. Not acknowledgement, the assurement. Laney. reassurance. That's the word, right? I'm feeling like something is wrong, but I'll just go with what we did in the beginning. And then we will see where that leads us. Because first instincts are often not the worst ones, you know. Hey Bino, welcome. Bino is a very dear content creator. She is from Germany. So, just like with my English, be kind to her. Hallo Bino, lass mich dich auf Deutsch begrüßen. So she's doing a lot of watercolor, so if you're interested in beautiful watercolor pictures, check out her channel. And she's also trying to keep it international, so you shouldn't have issues with the language barrier. So we are drawing Starlord today. Bino. Because that was requested already for the longest time by a certain viewer. Gib mal Gas. I am already, ich bin schon ziemlich schnell für meine Verhältnisse mit diesem hier. I am already pretty fast. So we are 1 hour 11 in. You're right, I should be further in already. Facecam is not working today. Die Kamera fürs Gesicht funktioniert heute nicht, sonst würdest du mich auch sehen. Die hat genau dann, als ich angefangen habe zu streamen, aufgehört zu arbeiten. Und ich bräuchte wahrscheinlich einen Neustart, nur dann würde ich alles hier durcheinander bringen mit Stream und so. Deswegen heute keine Facecam. And I overslept anyway. So I would not look very good on the facecam anyway. So you're not really missing out on anything. It's more for your protection that there is no facecam today. Just thinking of your feelings, you know. Lane is dead does watercolor. Great! You have to show me something of his. Ich muss halt zur Arbeit, viel Erfolg. Schönen Tag wünsche ich dir. Danke fürs Reinschauen. Bino is already to leave again for work. In here it is almost 12 o'clock a.m. I think, is it a.m.? I always, with 12 I'm always confused. So let me say it is past, slightly past 11 o'clock a.m. There I can tell it to you. Without any issues. This is, I'm going a little bit very freehand right now. Very drawing by feeling, which is my style anyway, but I'm not really checking if this is correct with measurements and stuff, which I normally try to do. But I'm getting really strange vibes right now, and what I put on the paper, I somehow believe it looks believable, but when I try and check that against my reference picture, I really have no idea. It seems off somehow. So I go with my guts. He looks still like the 16-year-old version of himself, doesn't he? PM in the day, AM at midnight, I will probably forget that again. Is there any kind of way that you teach that to children so that they remember, or is it just something you have to remember at some point? Is there some way for me to help me to remember that? Because that is really something I'm struggling with all my life already. So I never schedule something for 12. Because I just am always afraid that I make it wrong, that I do it wrongly. Also, by the way, something not everyone knows, something that when you work with Americans, UK people and Australians at the same time, I still do not have to use my hands for talking, you can't see it, is that there is a difference in weeks, in counting the weeks in a year between Australia and the rest of the world. I'm not sure right now how the difference. So I know what the difference is, but I don't know who does it which way. The difference is that I think I'd probably say it the wrong way around, but you'll get the point. In Australia, you count the first week regardless of the number of weekdays in there. So even if you only have Sunday, if the first week in 2021 would only be a Sunday, you would count it as a full week and say this is week 1, and in the other countries you don't, only if it's 3 or more days or something like that. So that there is if you schedule meetings with different countries, be careful if you are in a year where this is handled differently in Australia versus the rest of the world. Thank you very much for making it complicated, Australia. We're not talking about the non-metric systems in the US and driving on the wrong side of the road in the UK. Hey Novit, welcome! Hey! All applaud Novit. Novit is a Twitch streamer, so check her out on Twitch if you want to. I don't think you have done any videos yet on YouTube, have you, Novit? So I'm always happy when I catch a stream of Novitz, because she's such an amazing, positive person. And if you want, you can call her Warrior Queen Novit. She'll also respond to that. So Novit, you can't see my face today because of technical issues. Next time there will be a face again. But perhaps that's the reason why you finally joined the stream, because no camera. Okay, I can go into that stream now. So if that is the case, let me know. So I will burn my camera. This looks really like the 16-year-old version of him. That's totally fine with me, as long as we have not implemented the beard. That can very well be the look we will have all the time. Because he has a very boyish expression all the time. I already mentioned that. He is the little boy of the MCU. I think there's no other character, not even Spider-Man, that embodies the little boy as he does. And I have actually not seen that many different movies with him, but he is kind of typecast most of the time into those roles, right? Well, it's not that difficult on YouTube to be complete. If you ever decide you want to try it, let me know and I will help you out to set everything up for video ring-a-ding-ding creation. The thing is, you can actually, and I'm thinking about when I should go back into game streaming at some time. I will design the stream really in a way that I do have minimal effort putting it then into a video. So there are ways to do that. And I love creating such optimized workflows. So if you would ever be interested in trying that, I could help you out. I'm for example, envisioning something really like a dedicated introduction sequence where you do not really have to edit out too much when you put it then on there, and then you just have to find out where are your highlights and perhaps have different segments during your stream like you sometimes have in videos. Give it a little bit of structure that will help you big ways in editing later. I love creating such optimized environments. I would probably think of something like that in the future. For example, I did on the gaming Greyhound, which I did before the sketching Greyhound, which is dormant right now. I did those reviews, and I'm thinking about just the sections I did in those reviews, just put them into a stream, more or less, with a scene, so you do not even have to put anything in there. You just have to cut out what you don't need for a YouTube video, and then have a full-fledged, sensible YouTube video that just makes sense. And it's not just a collection of screams and yells, which some of those highlight videos are, which I'm also not that big of a fan of, but yes, it has its views, so I'm not bashing it. It's just not my preferred way of doing YouTube videos. Yeah, Novit is in the Discord, but she never talks to us. She, you know, as a warrior queen, you cannot always talk with the peasants. You have to keep a little bit of a distance. It's understandable. I'll wait until I get a reaction for that because the time delay. No, she also has her own Discord, so she knows the pain of keeping with a small crowd, of keeping a Discord chatty and alive. It is difficult, so I just try to get her more motivated to also talk on mine. I do not have to smile crazily into the camera when the camera is not working. My God. The hardest one in this picture, there is not the hardest part in this picture is probably really the angle in which he's looking. The way he is looking a bit upwards, and the head is leaned back a little bit. All those subtleties are quite difficult to capture in the shading of a face if you plan to as I always do, as not to overdo it on the face shading, so there will not be extreme shadows. Not every part of the face will be shaded, so areas that are more light will be left white, which is something I always do, most of the time do. I cannot say always because I've experimented so much in the last few pieces that I have done almost everything. I always say I never do that. And I'm already planning on the next big hurdle. But as I said, there will be areas that I will be leaving completely white, and if you do that, it becomes difficult to really show the perspective with a head that is leaned back a little bit. It might just look like a little bit squished head in the end. You know, that is one of the more dangerous parts. The other part we already mentioned once before is the hair. Not because it's hair. Yeah, that holds true always when there is hair involved. I'm not the biggest fan. I think everybody knows that by now. The hair is in this picture more or less the same color as the face. Because of the lighting situation. We will probably lie in that because it looks very strange. He might look like more or less a hairless something if we would do it like that. We will lie there a little bit, but we talked about how making a picture out of it is like a translation, where you just have in some areas take a little bit of a different liberty to, and you have to leave the reference just to get across the same message in the end to the eye of the beholder. But I try to shorten that explanation a little bit, but that is, I think, the bigger parts, the more challenging part of this. Other than that, this is not a very challenging picture. It's not a very challenging face. Here's, oh yeah, that could be a challenge in itself. He has a very young looking face, Chris Pratt, and he has always that kid looking out of his eyes, so you have to capture that kid expression without making him look like an actual kid, a physical kid, which right now he does. It looks like a 16-year-old version of him, or even younger, 15, 14-year-old version of him. My expectation is that again changes a little bit once we put in the beard and stuff. We will see if that is enough, but I think it will be. At this point, putting all my cards into adding that beard. But we're already in 1.5 hours, so I have to hurry up a little bit. And if you are new to the stream, so that you know, I would be very thankful if you give me a thumbs up for this. I would be even more thankful if you give me a subscription. It doesn't cost anything, and you will be informed in case you cannot sit through the whole stream, which I totally understand. Stream is always a long commitment. But you will be informed firstly about when we continue the stream the day after tomorrow, and finish up the picture. I hope so, at least. I'm a bit slow in this one, so I'm not sure we will be finished in the second stream. And furthermore, there's always, once the picture is finished, a time-lapse version, which comes out the following Monday. Where you can see in about 7 minutes, something around 7 minute-ish, how the picture was created in its full glory, with commentary that is special commentary, not pieces from the live stream, but a brand new commentary. You know? I like the nose. I'm not 100% sure that we are at Chris Pratt's nose yet, but it is a pretty, I'm again in the camera, really have to work on that, a pretty believable nose, I think. It is a nose. So is it a Chris Pratt nose? We will see that later. It is a nose. Noses are good. So, who have I? I'm busy being a queen. Exactly. I'm also glad that you caught the live stream. I'm very happy having you here. I haven't drawn Novit yet. I am still aiming at drawing her, but she keeps not sending. I won't say forgetting, but I don't think she is forgetting it. But I want to draw Novit as a content creator, actually, and she does not send her picture in. So as long as she does not send that picture in, I cannot draw her. So then she, of course, will have a clear favorite. I am thinking of doing a self-portrait with 1000 subs, but I think actually I will do probably a self-portrait when I can monetize. That will not be with 1000 subs. 1000 subs. That will not be with 1000 subs. I am Duffy Duck. That was a very bad impression of Duffy Duck, and I am very sorry for it. I will probably do it when I can monetize, which is 1000 subs as well as 4000 view hours. You are the greatest and very much helping with visiting the live streams to reach that. But I will probably, if the trend is correct, I will probably reach the 1000 subs earlier than the 4000 hours view time. 4000 hours view times is a pretty tall order. So I'm thinking about doing something like, yay, we are monetized self-portrait stream. I'm not sure. Will it be a stream? Will it be a video? So I also plan to give a little bit of background about me and my situation. As a lot of you know, I have still a little bit of an illness situation. Long years of not being well, things that have happened, things that were, I don't like the expression, they were taken from me. That sounds so dramatic. But at the time it felt like that, so kinda in that direction. So I think I will talk a little bit about that, but not only about that, also about not only the bad things, because hopefully there are always also good things. And this year with finding content creation as a way to also cope with stuff, starting the channel, I did that this year. 2020 was a terrible year, but for me there were a couple of big things that are just so amazing, and that is having found the courage and then doing and developing this channel and content creation and putting myself out there, not only my pictures but also myself, and finding all of you guys, every single one of you. I would never have met you if I would not have started with the content creation, and I really am so thankful for all of you guys' support, and it just feels so good to know that there are people interested in what I do, and in an extension even interested in myself as a person. So that is a pretty amazing feeling and amazing thing, which I am very thankful for in the year 2020. And also, of course, that would be a main topic of the video, finding out what's wrong with me finally, after dogs did not believe me and my things, my displeasures for years, and they finally found out the physical cause of my illness, and thank God there was one. People with purely psychological issues have to fight for acceptance their whole life. I have a physical, and finding out about that and starting the treatment and still having the hope of getting more or less completely healthy again, that is also something very obviously life-changing that happened this year. So it's not, I have good things that happened this year. I have enormous things that have happened to me this year, so very thankful for that. And I think I want to tell that story differently than I did right now with some kind of self-portrait session and or video. Yeah. I'm talking again, talking. Let me take a look at the chat. What have I missed? Joker, Loki. Loki was also pretty good, I think. I love the Loki skit after. Thank you, Shakira. Thanks, Lainey. You guys are too sweet. Yeah, that is something I'm thinking about, and I think I will be doing that. And probably some other things afterwards. For example, about my mother. I think I have to talk with my brother if he is somehow against me putting this on a public platform. But also with my mother, that is now also gone for a lot of years. How she went was a pretty exciting story. Let's say like that. It was not a good thing, but my mother was such a powerful, good force for my life, and I think she would be so amazingly happy with the channel and what I try to do here. Because I had to decide between computer science and art when I was younger, and I go with computer science, which I also loved. We talked earlier about my need to optimize things and stuff. That is very well based in that IT world. And I also love that very much. But now that I don't really believe in fate, but let's word it like that. That fate told me, no, that is not your path. How about you try it with something creative? I think she would be very happy with this. She thinks she would be my biggest fan and would have to learn a lot of new English for watching my videos. So I want to do something about her too at some point. But perhaps for 10,000 subscribers or something. Oh, you see the whole time the earphone cable. Man, that's beautiful. What not to love about this guy? Who? I have no idea what you're talking about. Plus he calls me Warrior Queen. Oh, you mean me? Yeah, Warrior Queen of it. So she was playing Horizon Zero Dawn on PlayStation when I decided that would be a fitting name. We go back to a little bit more quiet music because we are not quite at the end of the stream, but we are nearing the end of the stream. I actually also have to cut the new short for today. I am right now releasing my tutorial video as shorts, and I've released part 1 the day before yesterday, part 2 yesterday. I have to release the next one today. I have to still cut that to a short from the original video, so check those out if you haven't yet, because shorts are pretty cool, and shorts are right now so they are YouTube's version of TikToks, and so as they are not overused yet on YouTube, they are a pretty good way for smaller creators like myself to get a video that is suddenly pushed a bit more aggressively by YouTube, because your regular videos, you have to prove that you find your own audience before YouTube starts to try and give you a bigger one. So that's a bit difficult, but with those shorts, you would help me out greatly, immensely, if you would give my shorts a view. Because a couple of views and thumbs up, of course, with those views for those shorts give YouTube the impression of that my content could be good quality content, and tries it out on more people, and therefore gives me a little bit of exposure. So that would be a kind thing to do, and I have to still cut my next short. I have one that actually gained a little bit. I called it baby viral because it was 1,000 views. 1,000, not 100,000, unfortunately. It got 1.5 days after posting. It's not, YouTube doesn't really post it in the beginning, so don't worry if you post a short. It was 1.5 days or something, or 2 days after I posted it almost. It suddenly gained a lot of views for me. 1,000. It's my most viewed video, so. And if you give YouTube the signal that I have nice quality shorts, that might help me in them pushing it to more people. So fully watching and giving a thumbs up would be a big help. So enough self-advertisement. Thank you for being here, Trish. Thank you very much. I probably missed you already because of the delay, and I'm not always looking to the chat, but I very much appreciate that you were here with us today. Thank you very much, and I hope I will see you soon. Yes, I have a big issue with shorts because they look in your desk. We talked about efficiency. We talked about I am a little bit of a nut, and they just look so ugly in your video collection, in your dashboard when you are a creator. It'll just look so untidy, and they are kind of just lying around there. You cannot clean them up. So you get the feeling I have about them. So they don't look good, and I'm not a big fan of the concept itself, but they work. And I was in this live stream of another very friendly channel, and they had they're a bit bigger than me. They were around 2,500 subs, and then they had this one short that just exploded. It had over 100,000 views, not 100,000 views, so that would be a lot. And they gained 1,000 subs with that. So over 1/3 of their original size. That was the minute that I posted my first short and just sucked it up that it does not look very nice in my dashboard. So I'm really looking forward to you guys on Yorkshire Puts. You have also now tried it. I have watched it already vigorously. I will continue to do so. And hope to give you that exposure. But that's the nice thing about shorts, right? You don't have to overthink it really. Just have to somehow give a little bit of a reflection of what you do, or just an achievement. You posted your extremely impressive 7 Days to Die. I think it's made in 7 Days to Die castle. And if people see what you've built there, they'd understand what that is and how much work that takes. That might already be a quite well working, I almost said TikTok, short. So we took the, did I press wrongly? Is this really the, no, I think I restarted the low energy playlist. Oh no, I changed to the low, we started with the high energy, right? No matter, now we're in high energy again. I'm sorry, I am very confused today. That's why I'm talking so much trash. But well, the good thing is when I talk a lot of trash, I don't really look at what I'm drawing, and that is when I get the best results normally. Not really thinking about what I'm drawing. A very instinctive drawer. Like when I started with archery, instinctual shooting, not really aiming in a structured way, but just feeling and teaching your body to aim by itself. Not sure if that is how you describe it, but it's not like you are measuring stuff with your eyes or something. It's just you try to recreate always the same way you shoot your arrow, aim your arrow, and therefore let your body learn the exact movements and recreate them and not really think about it much. So that's also my preferred way to shoot with a bow. I think it's fitting that I'm drawing more or less the same way. Not really thinking that much about where to place. And this does not look that much anymore like Chris Pratt. I hope it will come back with going for the cheekbones and the beard and the hair. It has lost a little bit of the Chris Prattiness. Does somebody has Chris's number? Can get him into the chat to confirm or deny. I would do that myself, but my smartphone is the head camera, so I cannot right now. If you can text him and get him into the chat, that would be nice. Yeah, 7 days to die. So I think this is not 100%. Let me put this a bit more again to the center. That moved around a lot. For the time lapse later, it is better if I have it in a certain spot. So here we will have a little bit of beard. So is the mouth deep enough? I think it has to go to somewhere. We have to make it more sharp, the edge. Make it more sharp around here. Then we have this shadow that goes more further down here. Already a bit better. Not Chris Pratty, but better. Wouldn't it be funny if somebody of you really would have Chris Pratt's number and he just appeared in this chat? I would die, I think. Ah, you'd send him the text. Okay. Never gets off the phone. The other thing is also the time, right? He's probably in the US right now, so he might still be asleep, and if you would call him, he can be really mean on the phone. So I would be careful too. Such a mean person. But if you're about to reach him, I really want to draw. I forgot her name right now. He made it. I haven't even seen that movie, but I've seen interviews with him and our tribute, you know. They are so cute together, they are so fun together. I know that they do not have a relationship. At least not in that way, but they are so cute together and so fun together. So, what's her name? Help me, chat. So if you reach him, try to also get her, and then we can discuss directly with her what portrait I should draw of her, because she hasn't played a heroine yet. Has she? I'm not sure. Oh, camera is probably paused again because of my terrible, or it is just moving around. Yeah. My take your pills reminder. We will have to go finish up this stream. We're not as far in as I would like, but I think the next one can be next stream can be a little bit longer to make up for it. That is just. I hope you don't hear those noises. Something is happening in the garden, and someone's gone around here. So I hope it's not too loud for you. I barely hear it with my headphones on, so I hope it's not. It's not loud enough for the microphone. So because we are getting close to closing the stream anyway, let me give you the usual rundown of this was the first stream. There will be, I'm still looking at the camera. Normally there is a face cam. That did not work today, so you will probably hopefully see me next time again. We are this was the first part of the Chris Pratt portrait. There will be a second part of the Chris Pratt portrait, and hopefully only another third part. I stream on Tuesdays like today and on Thursdays at the same time, so pretty much 2 hours before right now, so about a 2-hour stream. So if you want to see the second part of this portrait, don't forget to subscribe and come back the day after tomorrow. If you cannot make that, don't worry, I got you. All those live sessions are compressed into time-lapse videos that I also release on my channel every Monday. In addition to that, there is normally, and there will hopefully be also this week, a special release on Friday, which is not a live stream product yet, at least, but something different. I have done mood ring coasters. Do I have one lying here right now? Yeah, but aren't they beautiful? This is a bit broken, but that's the reason why it is actually lying around here. But it is with epoxy and this cool color changing stuff. You can see that video also on my channel. I have done crafts. I have tried my very first watercolor picture. You can find that video. That was also a Friday release. So I try to increase my content. If there is anything special after you've seen my videos that you think, oh, that guy should try X or Y, let me know. Either in the comments or on my Discord, which is open to you. I will be very happy if you join. You can find the link to that or all my other social media accounts in the regular videos, not the live video where you are at right now, but the regular videos in the description. All the links there. You can find me on Twitter, you can find me on Facebook, you can find me almost everywhere. You can find me also on TikTok actually, but I do not have the link to my TikTok there, but I'm called Sketching Rayan, so I'm not that difficult to find. Yeah, and yeah, that's about it. That is what I do. That is how I do it. I hope you enjoyed it. I am very thankful for you visiting me today. It was a whole lot of fun drawing this with you. Thanks to everyone that was and still is active in the channel. Lainey, thank you very much. Yorkshire Puts, so Lee, thank you very much for being here. Trish is already gone, but I was very happy that she was there. Novit, I'm not sure if you are still listening, Warrior Queen, but thank you very much for joining me today. We had Liana, I'm not sure if she's still here. Shaq is probably fighting with some dinosaurs, my very loyal and capable mod. So yeah, thanks to everyone that I forgot to mention now by name. I am very happy and lucky to have you join me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Next time again with Facecam, I hope. See you next time. And have a fantastic day. See you the day after tomorrow. Then you will have to look on your own from now on. Thank you very much and goodbye.